But let's get it though, y'all. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what we do. Getting right, bringing y'all the infotainment with the truth. Hashtag factuals. We live with me, your host, Vision, the man and the meaning. I the sort of almost giving y'all that sight beyond sight. I ain't the freshest. Intuition in the house. But I bust some stupid dope moves. Young Doc, what up, Tasha, baby? I ain't seen you in mad long. J30 take the bet 108, selling the guy. Oh, hell no. Fuck out my face. Everybody on the bottom of the screen got good hair. And good eyebrows. You see them flexing that shit. I might have just definitely did a stereotype. But we gonna go, ooh, ladies first. Ladies first. Yo, my bad. Everybody got the Superman S curl at the bottom. Like, yo, that shit go curl around. He said, what Martin say? He said, you dip your head in the water, your head will come up. You shake your head like this. And the water would glisten all over your body. Yeah, the water would glisten all over your body. Damn, my bad. Before I lose myself in the moment. Go ahead, Mojo. Get busy. Alright. Or you can check them out on IG. That's intuition_NY, intuition_NY. You see that hat? You see it. Alright. We out here, know what I mean? Bong, which one you want to see? Oh, I'm all over the place with it. Know what I mean? Two hats. No.
No, two hats.
Yo, like
the
it?
Mojo.
Alright, so look.
Your partner in crime is here, bro.
Hold up. Shout out to hbcuniversity.org. That's hbcuniversity.org. If you're on IG, that's HBC University. Spell the whole thing out. Don't put no caps, no spaces, no nothing. HBC University. Get your HBCU
I love
gear.
that.
If you haven't went to HBCU, if you went to college, if you in elementary school, fuck it. Fake it till you make it. I get your HBCU gear. Shout out to Live to Lounge. Yo, matter of fact, next weekend, not this one, but the next weekend, they got a showcase, Live to Lounge. You got any type of talent, Live to Lounge. That's LIV, the number 2 lounge, LIV, the number 2 lounge. If you sing, if you rap, if you get on stage and you fold, whatever the fuck you do, if you're a DJ, if you pop lock. I did show the workout session. My shit hurt. I can't do that too much. Now, I mean, get on stage, showcase your talent. Shout out to Mr. Anytime, Anywhere for your... Get it, tell him. I'm about to fuck it up.
Yo, on the side note, so Mr. Anytime, Anywhere, I'm about your health and your fitness. I'm your fitness coach, financial coach, life coach. I'm getting certified for that. But if you want to go a goal and you want to win big, I'm your guy to make that happen. Worthy, inspired, natural. Let's win.
Nice. Yo, Living. Shout out, get it. Shout out to what's it called, baby?
The do-rag?
My wife's joint?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out my
babe.
girl.
Hold on. Come shout out your business real quick.
What?
You said what?
If you got a baby, holla at her.
Yo, baby, quit. What is? Hold on, man.
You used to do this shit all the time, man.
You don't know?
About me.
You don't know it?
Don't do that, Mojo.
Dog, he's trying to fix the do-rag. He can't do two things at
Don't do that, Mojo.
Let me grab my girl real quick.
babyquip.com/Jessica113. I rent and clean baby furniture.
There you go. Can you say one more time, Jess? One more time, Jess.
babyquip.com/Jessica113.
Thank you.
Yeah, we got cribs, car seats,
guns,
toys,
butter,
everything.
No, not guns and butter.
Guns and butter, baby.
Oh no, we got
Mojo, shout yourself out.
If you want to.
I did already.
Nah, shout your business out. We ain't doing that.
I did. It's Plug Nation 79.
Tell them about the Trisco Mafia. Tell them about the Trisco Mafia.
Yeah, so, I don't got a trench coat. I'm not in the mafia, but I am the plug. So it's Plug Nation _79 on Instagram. all your household electronics, all that good stuff. And Mother's Day is coming up, so holler at me for the bomb gift set.
All right. Listen, I need everybody to mute real quick so I hear mad echo. Listen, shout outs to Really though, because on the real, like, shout outs to Really though, because on the Really though, like, yo, he got the fire beats, the fire tracks for y'all. He got the studio time. Also, he got the hot 16 for y'all. If your 16 ain't better than his, then he gonna outshine you on your own tracks. So listen, get him on your track to make your track better than your own shit. Now, I mean, I used to do that shit for y'all too, but listen, I'm out the game now. Shout out to Wealthy Apparel, Wealthy Films, Wealthy, like this is Wealthy. I get Wealthy, WHEALTHY. Wealthy Films, Wealthy Apparel. That's my dude right there. He doing big things. Yo, really though, brought him through. That's Dave 3D. Shout outs to him. If I'm missing anybody, shout out to y'all too. We ain't gonna get too much into that. Listen, I've been drinking. Let's get it. So look, we got
you want to shout out to Cash App?
Yeah, but I'm gonna say, yo,
I'm gonna go ahead and type that shit at the bottom of the screen.
hold on, I'm gonna do. Hold on, shout out to my man. Hold on, my man Young Willie though. Hold on, my man Young Willie though. Hold on, we shot that out here, bro.
He on there right now. So look, I didn't really have too many topics tonight. I did, but I didn't really want to talk about everything. But I do want to talk about this before I get into the main topics. Let's talk about this because this is something that needs to be brought into the light, and I would be remiss. I wouldn't be myself if I didn't talk about this shit tonight. All right, y'all heard about the old dude. I think it was 86. He shot money on the porch.
The young
Black man, young black dude on the porch, said he was scared or whatever the case may be. Fuck that. Know what I mean? And do y'all know the charges he got hit with? It ain't shit that's gonna stick. It ain't shit that's gonna give him much time. Even if he does get acquitted of it, he may get 5 to 8 for killing a black teenager.
What state is this?
He didn't die. The kid didn't die.
Yeah, he's alive. He's
alive.
He didn't die. He shot him twice.
Man, it don't matter what state he is. They're gonna give me a knock.
Yeah, no, he
didn't die. He's alive.
Oh, he's alive.
So I can support you on the fact when you want me to.
Yeah, hit me with that, please.
But what state is it? First?
Take it over because I forgot what I think it was. What state was that? I forgot what. I mean, look it up again because
don't have me lie. I don't remember the state.
Me neither.
But you can pull it up. But the fact is, it was a 16-year-old young black boy going to pick up his little brothers, twin brothers, that is, from the house. It was a road. It was like 112 North Road, but he went to 112 North Street.
Yeah, North Street.
And he went to the wrong house, and that's it is Missouri. So he went to the house. He rung the doorbell. The gentleman, the white guy, opened up the door with the gun in his hand. Look, I'm ready to speak all vernacular with the burner in his hand. And the young dude saw him and got shot.
Yeah.
And the guy got shot. And when he got shot, he pulled out the gun after seeing the gun. The young boy was stuttered. He shot him in the face and he said, "Don't you come around here no more." And the young boy, after getting shot in the head, he shot him again while he was on the ground. The young man then crawled to the neighbor's house and he went to multiple houses, which is even more indicative. He went to multiple houses before anybody supported him. So he went to multiple houses to get support after getting shot to go pick up his little brothers by getting the road versus street incorrect. Mm-hmm. He finally got support. He's still alive, thank God.
Thank God.
And those are the facts, and we got the city. So that's the facts behind it. The guy has been charged, and he's out on bail.
So
Listen,
he never got arrested. He went to turn himself. He went to tell the cops his story. They didn't even arrest him. And when he went to tell the cops his story, they still didn't arrest him. It took him to keep telling them what's going on for them to actually say, "We gotta put you in cuffs."
Let me tell you how Kansas is. I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. I lived in Kansas. I'm a military brat, so I lived in Kansas before. There's nothing in Kansas but flatlands and trailer homes. And trust me, I can tell you, like, literally, it's nothing but a bunch of white, I don't want to say Caucasians, a bunch of flatlands and trailer homes. Trust me, bro. I lived there before. I can believe to this day that they probably did that to him.
Yeah.
And I live in a military base and it's like that. So I can imagine what it looked like outside the military base. You feel what I'm talking about?
He had to tell
it's crazy.
He had to go to the precinct to turn himself in. Like,
because he knew what it was.
They didn't arrest him at his door. He had to go turn himself in.
Mr. Anytime is right. He was discharged from the hospital.
Yeah, he was. Okay. That I did not know. Thank you for that.
Yeah, I'm reading on CNN.
Yeah.
So it says Missouri is a stand your ground state. So more than likely they will use that to justify.
Now, how could that be? Like, of course they're gonna use that. We all know that, right?
Yep.
The same way Zimmerman got off for Trayvon Martin.
Yep.
How was that standing your ground if you shoot somebody through the door?
Because the man
said what? Repeat that.
You shoot somebody through the door.
He said, "How is it stand your ground if you shoot them through the door?" But the man, the man is going to say what he said. Now he was scared.
Hold on, you said to stand your ground. What?
Missouri is a stand your ground state.
Oh yeah, Virginia is like that too.
Virginia,
so John was saying, how is that stand your ground?
Commonwealth, man. They don't play that. It's like I think Florida's like, I know Virginia's like that.
That's Florida. So live the land seller, he should go to jail. If not, anyone can get shot ringing the wrong door or an accident. Door dashes up, door dashes, UPS, federal, etc.
Yeah, the echo is bad.
I mean,
bro, I don't know what to do.
Put your headset on, man.
All right, let me see.
Come on, Schmurda.
Yeah, we're not saying that it's stand your ground. We're just saying that that's a stand your ground state. We're not saying that is that. We agree with you. We don't agree with that either.
I hate the stand your ground shit because the shit behind the stand your ground law is that let's say that you approach somebody and you attack somebody, right? You can attack somebody and then they can get the best of you. And then you can still have the stand your ground on your side because they got the best of you once you attack them. And that's what happened in the George Zimmerman Trayvon Martin case. So that's not standing your ground no more. That's you got beat the fuck up. I mean, not being able to hold your own fucking weight. So like standing your ground is a fucking joke. They need to revamp the stand your ground. And stand your ground needs to be if you're getting attacked and you hold your own. It can't be.
But what's their motivation to revamp that? They don't have a motivation to revamp that. They're not the ones being shot and killed.
Exactly. The reason why standing your ground is standing still because of the fact that if someone white says they're scared, more than likely it's afraid of someone of
a black person.
A black person.
That's right.
And I don't care if you're white on here watching. I don't care. Like it's not against you, but it is against whatever the fucking the law is. That's what it is. Like, it's not against you personally, but that's what it is. Like, we got to deal with this shit. And it's like, look, too many black people are getting killed by the stand your ground law. And the ground, and then in the same states, when a black person kills somebody, they can't claim stand your ground. Even when the black kills another black.
Well, this is, and I'm a jump in. So let me interrupt that in love, of course. So it's called the Castle Doctrine. The fact of it is called the Castle Doctrine. A lot of people say stand your ground, but your castle is your home and your rightful place to be. And as Castle Doctrine says, in my castle, I'm able to defend and protect myself. Now, what happens is black people, one of the facts is we don't have as many homes and different things that other cultures and other groups have. So we can use stand your ground, but you have to have a ground to stand on. So now I wanted to bring that to perspective because the Castle Doctrine, a.k.a. stand your ground, even you don't have to have a house, you can be outside. It is a very nuanced conversation that, of course, legalities and laws can switch and negate. So I just wanted to bring that to you. Castle Doctrine and stand your ground, they're similar, but they're two different things. So Castle Doctrine is what
it depends on the state that you live in, though.
Because, look, Castle Doctrine is this.
We speak in fact, but it also depends on the state that you live in.
It exists here in Maryland, right? But it's different. Because you could break in my house and you have every right to. The crazy shit about that is you have every right to break in my fucking house, and I have no right to kill you if you're running away from me or if you turn your back on me.
Mm-hmm.
You could break in
if
my
they
house.
Are retreating.
You could be busting somebody ass in my house, but if your back is turned to me, I cannot shoot you. I gotta walk to the front of you and shoot you.
The thought is that you're not
killing somebody in my house. I gotta walk to the front of you and kill you while you're about to kill somebody in my house.
Nope, that's wrong too, bro.
That's not wrong.
No, it's not. All right,
me as a gun owner.
Check this out, bro. When I had my license, bro, they specifically said in the state of Maryland, if somebody comes in your house front wise, you can't aim from here to here. I can shoot you in your arm, your leg, and I gotta call 911 or do 911 on the phone as I'm doing it, because if I'm on the phone with you and I see them pull out a gun, I can actually shoot you. Now that's self-defense. If they pull out a weapon and you do shoot them here, you have to have proof, and someone has to be on the phone as a witness. Now, if they turn their back and they're leaving, you are not allowed to shoot them because they're already leaving the situation. If you shoot them in the back, you're instantly going to jail.
That's what I just said. Bro. So, like, they could kill somebody in your house and then turn their back on you and say, I'm ready to leave. And you can't shoot them. So, and then by you could shoot them in the torso, right? If someone breaks in your house and they walk in your house backwards, they could bust like this and you still can't shoot them. Even if you got cameras. Fuck Maryland, fuck all these states, like, because it's not meant to protect the people who really are trying to protect themselves. Like, they're looking for reasons to entrap you because you pop somebody for protecting you. You can't protect your own shit. What the fuck is the point of having a gun? Because people got more.
Hold on, yo. I'm here now, yo. I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna let somebody get on real quick. Somebody trying to text me.
Go. So bottom line is this. Like, bottom line is we've seen more people with guns out there, like the 16-year-old kid who had the rifle with the gloves on, who popped people, who went to this shit to pop people. He got off with more rights than people who's in their own home who's getting violated.
Yeah, so but like, what race was he?
That's the point.
Yeah.
So like
that's what I said. So all these things that are actually supposed to be rules or laws, they don't apply to white people.
It doesn't. Because it's always a caveat when it comes to that. Really do.
What's good?
Yeah, get busy, my G.
What's good? It's your boy Really though, aka Black Stick. Keep it thick for him. Aka Southern Slang Let It Hang. Aka Beef Stroke It Off. Turn your head and cough. AKA Ice Cream Splash, who her favorite. AKA Kibasa Mufasa. AKA Salami Tsunami. Ass Mojo and her mommy. AKA Young Harvey. Meat your mouth. AKA Asian Mama Home.
Mojo, he said to ask you, like.
He actually said to ask me and my mother, and to be very clear, my mother has passed.
AKA Ghost Dick. Serve him your life.
He may ask you and your cousin. Ask you and your cousin. So yo, wow. Wait, let me. That's not.
So white supremacy and racism are two distinct conversations, and I would love everyone to get clear on that, because anybody can be racist. White people can be racist. Chinese people can be racist. Anybody can be racist, but not everybody can be a supremacist. There's a difference. It takes a power structure. It takes a power structure to have supremacy over another person.
Stop saying white supremacy.
It's just supremacy altogether. So like
well, in America,
in supremacy, you're saying white people are supreme over you.
Well,
I mean, that's a perspective. I'm not denying that. What I mean in terms of having a colloquial term where everybody knows it, I use white and supremacy as being a dominant culture in America. So I use it very distinctly for that. Power control, where you can see the law doesn't work.
If black people stop saying it, it won't exist. White supremacy, stop saying that. You make them supreme by saying
it will still exist. It's just that.
Right, I don't think us saying it won't stop it from existing. us speaking it didn't make it
I think if a lot of blacks stop adhering to it, it won't exist.
Where's that power?
It does.
Just by saying white supremacy.
Words do have power. Yes.
1,000%. I'll give you that.
Words do have power, but us not saying I agree with John. We have to stop subscribing to it. Saying it ain't doing it.
So let's look at this. Like the charges money got hit with on the real. Let's put it like this. Even if he got hit to the fullest extent of both charges, because he only got hit with 2 charges, and both of them was like a slap on the wrist charge. I think the extent that he was served maybe 8 years at the fullest.
So it's 2 felony charges: assault in the first degree and armed criminal action.
Because he did not die. He has to die for it to be attempted murder.
No, attempt murder. He don't have to die for it to be attempt murder.
He could have attempted.
You also have to prove the charge you're asking for. The charges they went for are more easily convictable. If they went for attempted murder, they have to prove that the man had an intent to murder him.
Yeah, well, they have proof. He shot the nigga in the fucking head.
But they can say he was defending his home. If they say manslaughter, they can say he did it maliciously.
If he shot him in the head, that's the second shot. So attempt murder could be proven easily in that case because he came outside and then shot him in the head after he shot him the first time. That is he intended to kill him.
It's the reason they didn't go for that charge, because it's not easily provable. They have to prove that he did it with intent to murder him. He could easily say, "I was defending my home." Who's there?
That's what he's saying.
No. Listen. So like, yes.
No, it's right in front of you.
No. That's 1,000, right? However, if you shot somebody through the door and they're on the ground, and now you walk outside and shoot them in the head
and shoot them again,
that is attempt. That is a
definition. You can easily say the young boy he thought the young boy had a gun and he was defending his home. There goes your attempted murder.
No, you're defending your home if you shot him through the door. Okay, you can say that. But when you go outside and finish the job, when you go to finish the job, that is nothing but attempt to murder. Because you want to
make sure you're finishing the job. I don't think really is disagreeing. He's just telling you what they're going to say.
No, he's not disagreeing.
I don't think really is disagreeing.
But what I'm saying is
he's telling you what they're going to say.
No.
If he shot the young man through the door, that would be reckless endangerment or some shit like that. He didn't even know who was out there.
Yeah. No, he knew he was out there. But yeah.
He could easily say, I opened the door, young man looked at the gun, I defended my home. So they're not going to go for attempted murder. They're going to go for like the manslaughter and the firing a weapon.
Yeah. But at the point when he opens the door, comes outside, points down, and bang.
And the burden of proof is on the prosecution.
Yeah.
Who's witnesses?
And the victim. We don't think they can make that shit happen. Let's just be honest.
Who's your witnesses? Remember training day? He said it's not what you know, it's what you can prove.
Ooh. Do we gotta watch that shit? My
who's gonna testify against the white man? The people who live with him?
That's a good question.
So they have to go for the other charges that will get them locked up.
That's actually a good question. Can you ask that shit again?
So who's gonna testify against that white man? The people who live with him? No. Like on training day, he said, who's gonna testify? Who's gonna help the cop convict Denzel? Roger? The nigga that's dead, drug dealer? No. Your only witnesses is your only proofs. And they're not gonna testify.
The witnesses are the ones who are willing, because people witness, but even the camera witness.
Everybody in the house is gonna say the little boy had a gun. They thought he had a gun. He came.
I think the piece that we're missing is the guy, the white guy. His last name is Lester. He told the police that he fired immediately after answering the door when he saw the boy pulling on his doorknob.
Woo!
There you go, right there. Who's going to prove him wrong?
Now the camera could, but did he erase the video?
Of course, it's his video.
I mean, listen, y'all can go on the weeds all day with speculation. Congratulations, it ain't going to stop anything of the supreme structure that exists.
It's not a supreme structure.
It is definitely supreme structure.
The law is very supremacist.
It's very supreme. It is very supreme.
Think about it. How did they get this structure? The white folks came from a whole nother land and they murdered everything walking and took over.
Yep.
That's called supremacy.
Now, no supremacy. That's
literally the definition of supremacy.
It's called savagery.
And supremacy. Shit.
Tomato, brother. I'm just saying, words have power. Supremacy is when you use your power to exert over another group.
Okay, why wasn't Shaka Zulu and his group considered black supremacy? White people
who said they wasn't?
They were supremacy because it was of a different clan.
Nobody called it.
They wasn't because it's over a different clan. Those were clans.
Nobody called it. Why doesn't anybody call it that?
Hold on. Again, hold on. Can I answer the brother question?
Get busy.
Can I answer the brother question? And it's a great question.
It is.
But I heard supremacy and genocide in Hotel Rwanda. I heard genocide, supremacy when the Hutus killed the Tutsis. I heard that. Yes. So what I'm saying is, I did, and I can pull it up for you. But my point is that that's what you're saying isn't a fact. And the fact can be proven on both sides. Now, it may be true that most people don't call other races committing atrocities on one another as supremacy when it gets to be called the correct thing. That's why I said anybody can be a racist, but not everybody can be a supremacist.
Okay,
not every group has the power to do so.
What about when the Haitians defeated the French? Why wasn't that called Haitian supremacy or black supremacy?
So when the Haitians defeated, hold on, listen to the topic. Listen to the way what you just worded. Say it again.
Why, when the Haitians defeated the French, why wasn't it called black supremacy?
Because they were at war.
They are at war.
We are still at war.
Now hold on. So in America, here's a question for you, brother. In America, are minorities at war with the supremacist group?
Yes. If you feel like your rights are being taken from you, then you are at war.
Fish, type it in there, Fish. I'll get you in there in a second.
Because you don't want to pick up a gun and do something about it, does not mean you are not at war. You are just being submissive.
And so the point that I'm going in regards to the speculation, we can go down a rabbit hole all day long, but that's a great point. I don't want to say like I'm trying to shut you down or anything, brother. I think you got great questions. And that's a great, like, why, to me, you can go two ways with why. You can go why and in the past or why in the future. Like, what's the big why that somebody, what's the vision behind that? Like, yo, why don't we create this for our future versus why didn't that happen in the past? Because, I mean, the past is the past. What's the big why? What would you like to create, really, in the future? What's your question?
Well, to me, time doesn't exist. Every day is the present. So you worried about the future. Every second, the future is here, and black people are doing nothing.
So what would you like to say?
I can't say nothing's been happening.
Hold on. Let me finish asking the question. The question is still present. So what would you like to see present?
Somebody's breaking up.
Either.
I hear my son.
Hold on.
Either.
Hold on, really. Got any time?
Either learn from the past steps and do as your enemies do, or remain slaves.
You're breaking up, fam. It's on any time to answer to say what he was saying, but somebody's breaking up. You do? It might be my shit. Like the shit, it bonked out again. I hate that. My phone, B. I hate this shit. Yeah, I can hear y'all too, but it's not going through the system. It's going through the phone though. It's probably your Bluetooth. It is. It keeps disconnecting and reconnecting. It is. She hating.
Mako said it's you.
It is. Nah, I mean,
thing is,
on that ass for the resurrection. Go ahead.
My thing is, why do black people keep expecting to use their enemies' weapons against them?
So, and that's not a present question. That's a past question to go to your point.
That's a present question.
Because my bad.
There are no black weapons manufacturers. There are no black armies. There are no black governments. There's nothing black owned like enterprise in America. There is no place for African Americans to call truly their home.
Yeah.
You don't want to be American, but you want to be an American. You have to start claiming America and then take it back. You cannot be at your enemy's home and expect to have the same rights as them.
Hey, whoa, what do you mean, Vince? Now, that sounds like a makeup. Like, I don't want to hit the untype that.
Vaseline.
Untype that. I don't like that shit. I don't like.
See, y'all black people are easily distracted.
Yes, we are.
All the time.
I know. I'm definitely am. Show me a titty, and I'm distracted. A bootay. Oh shit! Show me some cognac.
Okay.
I'm like.
Okay. I don't know about that part.
No, I mean, look at now. There's a black social media site geared towards black people where you can say what you want, do what you want. Y'all refuse to use it. You would rather use your enemy's site.
What's that?
Fan base. It's founded by Isaac Hayes.
I got kicked off. Like I
never heard of it.
See, y'all don't need failure to gain information is always your fault. You cannot expect your enemy to provide you with the information and tools to liberate yourself.
I ain't heard no black person talk about it that I know.
Black people been talking about it. I just refuse to use it because you're comfortable. I know. And I'm telling you, black people been talking about it. Y'all just refuse to
type it in there. No. Well, you can't say that because black people have been talking about it because you can't say that because
I'm speaking about me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm talking about black people.
Hold on. Really, like you can't say, like you can't say people been talking about it, but I mean everybody heard about it because I haven't heard that. You told me about it before, and then you just tell me about it again.
Gotta stop with the I. Have to stop with the I didn't hear about it. I don't know about it. Other black people do, and they're refusing to.
But that premise, you don't know who does know about it. So, like the ones who do know about it, if you go on there, they may be the ones who's on there. What the fuck? I hate this damn Bluetooth shit, man.
Everybody in this live makes up 0.00. That's what I'm trying to tell you. We're not the majority.
Factuals.
Over 8 million black people heard about it. What is it called? Fan base. Okay,
that sounds like a betting site.
Famous black person, Isaac Hayes' grandson. Famous people actually practice it on. Yes.
Suck it to me.
So I'm saying just because you in a small group of black people don't know doesn't mean it's not a useful tool to help for your liberation.
Trying to get on social media as a whole.
If you're so sick, so white supremacy, the tools.
We got
the conversation.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, we're gonna do it like this anyway. Thank y'all for tuning in.
#Factuals.
Your one stop for information and entertainment. Your one stop for information and entertainment. We call that infotainment. The final some fucker. I said this shit twice. That means you got to hear it twice. Let's get to another topic, man. Because
see, y'all refuse to hear it. Jump to another.
No, that's not it. You can talk about that shit. Type it in there.
I'm trying to look it
up. I mean, listen. I want to know what it is too because I'm enjoying that site. However, we're gonna get into another topic.
I told you about it.
Huh?
I told you about it several times.
Okay.
You don't. It's easier for you on
what did I tell you? Hold on, Mojo. Hold up, Mojo. What did I tell you?
Because nobody wants to go to the black side.
What did I tell you happened? What did I tell you happened when I went there?
You didn't tell me anything happened.
Hot damn. See, that means you're not listening. I definitely did. I just told you less than a minute ago. I just told you less than a minute ago.
He got kicked off.
Yes. You didn't say this a while ago. And I told you at least 2 years ago.
Yeah, you did. I'll give you that. But I just told you 30 seconds ago what happened.
He got kicked off.
What I'm saying,
my G, you can't be so stuck on proving the point that you're not listening to what everybody else is saying, my guy. Come on, man.
I'm hearing you. I'm asking you, what am I supposed to do with info you gave me 30 seconds ago?
Mako, I said the same thing. We on the white side right now.
You gotta listen. Like even when you gave me the info, like I said, I didn't take it. I didn't take advantage of it right away. When you told me about it, it took me time, and then like you told me about it again, like maybe like a few weeks later, and I went and I looked at it, and then I investigated, and then I joined it a few months later, and then like I saw what was going on. I've watched to see if the shit was be all right, and I jumped in the platform, and I got kicked off. I don't know what the fuck happened. I really don't.
It's a page, right? It says it's a
But
paid.
that's fan base for that other site.
Huh?
You can pay and you can get paid.
Yeah.
You can pay for like more exposure. You can pay for certain, and you can get paid directly from it.
That what
Black
I'm
people
gonna
don't want to
do
use it
is
because
I got my main.
I
I got the main
don't know
shit
if
I
black
can
people
use.
don't want to use it. I don't
No,
know.
I know. I'm gonna go back. I'm
They're
gonna go back
not
to the main
using it.
shit.
But
But
like
look-
they saying in the comments, some black people might not know.
Hey y'all. However, Mgawa,
guess what?
new topic.
In war, you need to enforce.
Really do. So new topic, y'all. Shit.
Can't handle real topic.
Huh?
I
can't.
mean, you
New
mentioned
topic. New topic.
No,
What's the new topic?
We not gonna do that. We not.
No. My thing is,
we not doing that. We not
why are
doing
y'all
that.
so comfortable? No. Why are y'all so comfortable discussing white supremacy, but y'all don't want to talk about uplifting black people or going your own way?
You killing me, Smalls. You killing me. You know that.
Playing about white
You killing me, Smalls, because you
I'm
know
not killing you. I'm hitting you with something real.
you killing me, Smalls.
All right.
You killing me,
All right,
Smalls.
go ahead. Go talk about social media. Go ahead. Talk about social media. Talk about the shit that don't matter.
Yeah. You killing me, Smalls, because you know goddamn well. And I ain't even gonna go there. But we're gonna move to the next topic, though. That's what we all gonna do.
Of course not. That's why it's still white
We all
supremacy.
going
You
to
don't
the
wanna go
next topic.
there. Go ahead.
That's exactly what we're gonna do. So bottom line, right? Like we have, all right. So if we can use this example right now, like right, if you're speaking out of love, speaking out of malice, or speaking out of hate, I know really though. So I know when really though speaks, I know where he speaks from, right? But but someone else could say the same exact thing. 3 people could say the same thing, right?
in a different way.
And it could have different meanings, or it could be perceived in different ways. I know a man really
It can
don't
be
talk. I
presented
know where he's
differently.
talking from, so I can accept what he's saying. Because I
Yeah,
know
but you can present it differently.
to me,
Why?
but to me it doesn't matter. To me it doesn't matter.
That's to you.
But
yeah.
certain people it does matter.
Why?
But
I got some
yeah, hey, listen,
A lot of people.
hey. Okay.
people so
So
sensitive. But
It's not
and
about
if you're
being
not,
sensitive.
God
It's not
damn
about
it,
being
y'all.
sensitive.
Somebody present the topic for me. When do y'all do that? Go ahead.
It's not about being sensitive.
Go ahead. Present the topic. Bring it in. Intro. Do it. Do it.
You talking to me? Because I love to introduce
No,
the topic.
I want really though. Like, please bring the topic in for me, please. Cause I'm attempting to do this shit and I'm not allowed to. God damn it! Can I bring the topic in? Can somebody let me bring the topic
we
in?
sitting here waiting for it.
No, you're not
We're sitting
waiting.
here waiting
You're
for
not
it.
waiting if you're talking while I'm bringing in the topic. It's a difference. Waiting means you're
Hey,
listening
Mojo,
while
was
I'm
I
bringing in
talking
the topic.
or was I waiting?
You're talking. You're talking.
Was I
You're
talking
very
or was I
much
waiting
talking.
for it?
You're very much talking.
You don't have a topic. That's why you're blaming
I
it
have
on
the
me.
topic. I'm reading it right now.
Then bring it in.
Let me
So
do it.
finish reading it, nigga.
You think you got the voice of Jesus? You can do this shit, man?
See, he just keep going on and on, but he's not bringing in the topic.
Oh no, I was.
Finish the topic, brother. Like,
I'm waiting for Mgawa. God damn it! Are y'all done?
How about we mute?
Yeah, please, or something, because I'm not going to talk over anybody, and I'm not going to be spoken over. Respect. So, bottom line is this: when you bring when people are talking, right? We could all have the same message, and that message may be coming out of a few different places, right? If I'm speaking to you, and I'm speaking, if one person says the same exact message, I could tell you, yo, you bugging the fuck out, right? I could tell you that out of love, I could tell you that out of malice, or I could tell you out of hurt. But it comes down to is the intent. My eyes, my opinion, my perspective. We're going to talk about it. So, like, have you ever had somebody tell you something that you wasn't willing to accept from them, but you heard the same exact thing from somebody else? Like, what was that message, and how and why was it that you couldn't accept it from them? Was it because of how you know that they spoke it to you? Like, what was the reason that you couldn't accept it from them? Like, is it because, like, do you know the intent behind their message? Was it love? Was it malice? Was it hurt? Or maybe was it another factor? talk to me on this. Like, let's talk about this because I feel a lot of people get a lot of shit misconstrued because of the fact that they don't understand the intent behind someone's message. I'm like where do I go first? Ladies first. Go ahead, Mojo.
Okay, I had to unmute. Yes, I have had that happen before, and I do agree that intent and delivery definitely were a factor. It's hard to know someone else's intention unless they, communicate that to you. But I think how you deliver stuff, and I would say even for me, I had to learn, it does matter how you present things. If you want it to be received. I've learned that like talking to my friends, I've learned that talking to my kids, I learned that on my job. If the goal is for the whatever you're delivering the message or whatever to be received, then you need to think about what's the best way to present it. So that the person can be receptive. If I go in, calling them out their name or being disrespectful, immediately that person's defenses go up. Immediately that person's guards go up. They want to attack back. So my messages may not be received because now they're on the defensive, or if I go in accusing or like blaming, that person immediately gonna become like defensive and they may not receive what I'm saying.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, tone and delivery. Live to Loud said tone and delivery is
so Kai says I think it depends on where you are mentally. I believe a lot of times it has to do with the levels of self-pride. Ooh, I like that. Live to Loud says your tone and delivery is what matters.
Is what matters.
All right, what you guys say about that?
Yeah,
really?
I agree.
I don't think y'all want to hear what I got to say.
Yeah, we definitely do, man. We definitely do.
Don't be defensive, brother. Speak.
Now, he know that's my brother right there, man. I definitely want to hear what you guys say.
Throughout my life, I've noticed the only people sensitive about delivery and how it's said are African Americans. White people, they deliver their message as class is one of the either they accept it or they don't. Africans, they having debates now in like other African countries talking about they're not letting gay people in their country. They're murdering them on site. They're not talking back to them.
Okay.
Russians, same thing. It's only African Americans that I've noticed. Oh, you told me I got to be a revolutionary, but you didn't say it right. You told me I got to stand up for my rights, but you said it kind of mean, so I don't want to listen to you. Like, what the fuck is that? Like, you need to put your feelings to the side. You need to also hear where the person is coming from. And you also need to be adult enough to put two and two together and realize maybe my emotions are speaking for me right now and I'm missing the whole point.
I like what
you
said.
You need to be an adult, and other people don't have to speak to you how you want them to speak. It's either listen or walk away.
And I like how you said throughout my life, because a lot of people would look at that and be like, oh, he's saying this is like overall. Like, no, he's saying this is what he's witnessed throughout his life. And that's like, that's crazy because like I witnessed that shit a lot. I mean, I ain't gonna say it's just been black people. I witnessed it like different spectrums, but I do coincide with that. I'm fuck a big word. I do agree with that shit like to a extent as to where it's like I'm not gonna say just black people, but like people get too caught up on how you say it. And I've always talked about this on the show, y'all. I've always spoken about like fuck the delivery. Like, what's the message? Now, a lot of people can't get past the delivery because ego and pride, and people can't stand being spoken to in certain ways. Or you're not going to talk to me like this. Instead of sitting back and hearing what's being said or who's saying it to you, and that's the reason why this is a topic. Because, and matter of fact, I'm missing. Go ahead and break it down and give your thesis on it before I break down what I want to say, because I want to. Or do you mind if I say it? Like, no, go ahead, fam.
Thank you. So thank you both for giving y'all perspective, vision, and summing that up. And I'll speak from my perspective. I want to give you two quotes first. One, Maya Angelou, people don't care what you know until they know that you care. Mm-hmm. And caring comes from a certain tone and energy. The second quote is this. One person may say, yo, you're an asshole. All right, whatever. You might brush it off. Two people say, yo, you're an asshole. Okay, whatever. 5, 6 people say, hey, yo, you're an asshole. It's time to buy a saddle and put it on because guess what you are? You're an asshole. And it may not be a fact, right? Which is a statement where everybody universally agrees, but it's something to look into. So I don't speak as though this is right and this is wrong and this is a fact. I'll say what's a fact when it's a fact. The fact is, this is a fact that people see body language first. This is a fact that human beings hear tone first. That's a fact, Jack.
Word.
And you can go and look it up. So what I'm going to, there's space, and to Vision's point of the question, what come from is someone coming to that person. I'll use a great example. My kids, they right over here. I can whip their ass in two ways, out of fear or love, out of a correction. I can be so angry at them, scared that they don't get the message, that it's going to hurt them in the future, that they're going to be scared, and I come from that energy, and I whoop their ass out of fear. Or I can come from the second space, which is love, and I can stop myself and correct that situation and use a different kind of energy versus a whooping or versus aggravation or screaming, because there's two different spaces. Use a great example. My little cousin today, he broke his word. He missed his word. He missed the bus. I'm like, yo, man, if your sister was there, I'm sure you wouldn't have missed the bus. Instead of going off and beating him and screaming at him, I acknowledge, yo, you know what? I broke my word today too. First, checking myself and not become a hypocrite. And then two, deliver the conversation and the connection to him, because my point is to connect. Or do I want to be right? Do I need to look good? Do I need to have those fears behind me? And I think people get to check the conversation and where the fears lie versus the love, because I love him enough to check my own ego and be like, you know what, I've messed up too. But what you're not going to do is continuously look at others to be your word.
Y'all follow that?
You're not going to continuously look at what someone else is doing in order to be your word and what you get to do.
Y'all guess what? He's saying? My bad. Do y'all follow what he's saying?
Yeah.
I got it.
Can I respond to that? Even the Bible says, faith without works is dead. A bad tree cannot bear good fruit. You have to pay attention to what people are doing, not what they're saying. Actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, do both.
We all know that. Because you didn't hear me the way you wanted to hear me, you still have to pay attention to the fruit I'm producing in order to make a judgment. I said something that you didn't like the way I said it. I'm an asshole, but I was
the Bible also
right,
teaches
and
us
I'm about
to speak in love.
So back to that point. Beautiful. Either you're in love, or it's either from a space of fear or a space of love. To Vision point, there's love, then you got the malice, the anger, the hate. Those are all spaces of fear. Because if you didn't fear any of that stuff, I guarantee you wouldn't come from that space. Because the Bible also says, don't spare the rod, you'll spoil them. It's a rod of correction.
Mm-hmm.
But who says the rod has to be a physical rod? The rod of correction could be in light and truth. Me being a rod to divide the word equally so my young cousin can get it. So, and there's a consequence. Guess what? He don't get to eat tonight. He didn't wash the dishes. Guess what? Now you got a consequence. I couldn't cook. So now as a result, now, guess what? We all hungry.
But that word is for your children.
That word is for the adults as well. Like
you got fans around and spoil the child on a grown ass man.
Listen.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me ask a question. Let me jump in this because this is me. Let me ask a question. How many people do not mature from childhood to adulthood? Just because your age doesn't necessarily mean
that's the point.
You're not a child.
Who defines maturity? If they're living up to your standards,
age doesn't define maturity.
Maturity is is a mindset. Maturity is also
Yes.
an
So
opinion.
you say who defines maturity?
Girls think they're mature enough to date grown men when they're in high school.
But also,
Tell me
So
I'm
not
not.
to be not to derail the topic. So not to be hold on. I'm gonna interrupt that because that's not the topic.
it's not.
That interrupt that because that's not the
I'm
topic.
trying to
The
make an
topic is
example. I'm making an
what
example as a
space.
whole and not trying to make the subject about me and my experience. As men, when we're in high school, don't we always hear the girls talk about my man that he graduated, my man in college? Don't we hear that shit a lot? Mojo,
So
that's
again,
you,
so
not the rest of the girls.
so to keep the conversation on space a person comes from.
Trying to be mature.
What space even is that girl coming from then? If we want to bring it to them, what space is the dude coming? Like we can always go back to being how a person is being is seen first versus what they're doing, and then you're gonna have to have at the end. People see how you being as soon as you come. Just to your point, my presence speaks. Oh, not your point. That was Living. Forgive me. Living said my presence speaks, meaning you. As soon as you show up, people are already making assessments and judgments all day long. But your being absolutely shows. Like my energy today is different than my energy last week because I was sick. Because I was being fucking sick. Now I got my energy back, and I'm the natural, inspirational, joyous, rigorous, conversational person I am. But people being changed.
So bottom line. So look. To full surfaces, right? If you're speaking out of when you're speaking to somebody, you're speaking out of certain places. So if I'm talking to y'all, right? I can say, yo, y'all are fucking up. I can say it just like that, right? Now, it's 3 people on here that I'm talking to, right? Now, one of y'all take that as I'm coming from a place of hurt. One of you take it as I'm coming from a place of love. Other one take it I'm coming from a place of malice. It's going to be the same message, but perceived in a different way because of the fact that as what you perceive I came across as. So it's not about my delivery. It's about it's about my intention in the way you perceive me. So also, like, no matter what my intention is, I can have the best intentions for you. But if you perceive me in a certain way, it's already defeated. So is that intention on their behalf as well? So like if I'm telling you like
they didn't judge you by the fruit you produce.
No, it's judgment. It's all judgment.
But it's incorrect judgment.
But it's still judgment, nonetheless, right? So like because you're still judging like fam, like I just told them, I know you, so I know when you talk to me, no matter how it may come across to them what you say to me, I know where you're coming from. So I'm not going to perceive it in a negative way. I know it's out of love. You could be like, nigga, what the fuck is your problem? Now I mean, like, I'm going to be like, yo, talk to me. Now I mean? Somebody else may take that as, yo, why the fuck you talking to me like that? And the way we speak to each other, the way me and Miss Anytime may speak to each other, it may not be something that's anybody else may perceive in a way as positive. But we know each other like that. So like at the same time, it's like we speak to each other in like it's a way like we can talk to each other like that because we know where we coming from. We coming from a place of love. But somebody else may say the same exact shit to you. And they may not have the same exact, like, they may not have the same relationship. And they may be coming from a place of hate because they've been through some shit and they may not be able to get over their own shit. Or they may be coming from a place of hurt. Because, like, well, that's the one I just gave. But, like, they may not be able to get over the shit they went through. Or they may just, like, not even just know you or not even give a fuck. So, like, it's a lot of different reasons why people may say the same exact shit. They may see the same shit, but may say the same shit, and it may come from a different place. We got to understand that, like, everybody's not the same. The message ain't the same. However, it really on the delivery. It's on your ego on how you perceive it, or your pride on how you perceive it. Because, like, if I'm telling you, like, look, get the fuck out the way because a bullet's coming at your head, nigga, who the fuck you talking about that? Bong. You're dead.
See, now you brought a whole life and death scenario into it where fight or flight kicks in and rationality.
But it's the same shit. It's the same
not.
shit. Why isn't it?
Your body.
Actually, our bodies don't know the difference between fear. Fear is fear.
Your body does know the difference. It's called fight or flight. You release a hormone called epinephrine that tells you to get the hell out.
Fear is fear, though, to your body. I can scream at you right now, and you can produce epinephrine.
No, that's not a fight or flight response.
It will happen. Some people get screamed at, and they get scared, and they have a fight or flight or freeze response.
Think about.
You yelling at me on the phone is not going to trigger me to either run or fight you.
A lot of people will think about the
hold on. But based on let's use this example, right? This is a great coaching moment. I'll put a challenge in the chat for honest feedback. You can say how you experiencing me, really though, Vision, Mojo, you game for that? Or really though, are you game for that? I just kind of threw you in there. My bad, brother.
Before I answer that, somebody said I seemed aggressive in my delivery. No, it's not aggressive. You're
just speaking the truth.
I'm speaking to you in a way you're not used to. You're used to people sugarcoating shit to you and making you feel comfortable. I'm done with that.
So that's just your honesty. That don't mean it's. Hold on.
He's not being aggressive.
Sure. Like, can I jump in, Vision?
Good.
Feedback is neutral, and it's just a person's honest perspective. So the point of this chat, and my point in bringing that up, is if people give their honest perspective of like, yo, Mr. Anytime, you seem like a dick. Mr. Anytime, you seem like a dick. Mr. Anytime, you seem like a dick. You know what? Might be time for me to get out of the damn sex store and stop being a dick.
Hey, pause.
Meaning that I can take what they're saying honestly. It doesn't have to be a fact, but a place of defense or a place of resignation, or even to respond back. Here's something dope. If I know I'm correct, what is stopping me from saying to somebody that I know is incorrect, be like, yo, you got it, you right. But I already know. Why am I going to consistently go back at them? If I already know I'm correct, there must be something in me that needs to prove a point, because there's some fear there of not being heard.
Right.
And you also need to recognize language. That's dismissive. Calling you a dick is dismissive. With no explanation, that's just something to shut you up.
Yeah. Or to make them feel better about themselves, because they're not used to hearing what you're saying or the way you're saying it.
So there's never a possibility that he's just coming across like a dick?
If you call him a dick without explanation,
so
you're just being
so the thing is like, okay, so like if you're saying somebody's being a dick, how are they being a dick? Like people get so comfortable within themselves, and like Miss Anytime Anywhere broke down the 5 needs of survival, right? People get so comfortable that you have to tell them something in the way they want to hear it, that they can accept it. Fuck that. Know what I mean? Like, listen, I get it, and that's the laws of communication. Is if you want someone to understand it, break it down to them in the way that they can perceive it or receive it. Receive it. But hot damn, when are people gonna grow the fuck up and realize that everybody doesn't talk the same way? Everybody ain't the same. Everybody ain't gonna come from the same place. Like, you might just hear somebody tell you to shut the fuck up, and you might have to just shut the fuck up. God damn, like, listen, people don't communicate the same way. Everybody's ego and pride is so caught up in the way that they want to hear shit that y'all become pussies. Like, motherfuckers is so soft that, goddamn, yo, really though, when you tell them that Miss Anytime Anywhere, 140. If I tell you 140 in the way we talk to each other, people will not be able to accept that shit. Do you agree with that shit?
I mean, I would much rather somebody speak to me straightforward, like a man.
I'm the same
even
way.
If you're not, and say, don't get sensitive and ask me who hurt me or no shit like that. It's all topic. Because I've never come across as you hurt. I come across at you like I have a point, and I'm gonna speak to you. I had a couple niggas who was in jail that I used to work with, and they say in prison when you're amongst men, you speak clearly. You don't ever let a motherfucker have to say you what you say.
Or break it down to me, please.
And them niggas get respect.
Miss Anytime
I want
Anywhere.
my respect. I'm not trying to prison.
We're not in prison.
We're not.
I don't give a fuck.
We're not in prison.
We're not in
I don't give a fuck.
But Miss, hold up. Okay, so Miss Anytime Anywhere.
But guess what? I want my respect, and we're gonna get it. I give it, and I get it.
Prime example. Miss
Barking
Anytime.
at somebody not gonna.
If I say 140,
this is a man's voice you're hearing. This is a man's voice.
Hold on, really though. Like, because I'm with you. Like, and Mojo, you're not wrong neither. Like, we're not in certain places, but at the same time, it's like, okay, Miss Anytime, the way we grew up, right? And I know sometimes you gotta because of what you do. But however, you never fail on delivering. I mean, the reality. So like,
there's no but. I heard your question about 10 minutes ago. I'm just waiting for you to tell me I can speak.
Take the floor.
Great. Do y'all know what jonesing is and snapping on people? Like, snapping and jonesing and clapping, right? Talking shit to people, right?
Yeah.
That's a form of communication, yes?
Mm-hmm.
Well, 140, that's all we did. It was sarcastic or it was belittling. And to my point about 140, to Vision's point, the way we spoke to each other, y'all were like, some people be like, they hate each other. They don't know each other. But guess what it was? It was honest. It wasn't a fact and it wasn't right. So I want to go back to that. Like, we grew up in a very honest environment. Yo, you smell like shit to me, I'm going to tell you smell like shit to me. You looking bummy, I'm going to tell you looking bummy to me. One thing we're great at as a community, or the culture, we're great at jonesing each other and talking shit about each other in either sarcasm or jokes or provocative statements, but we're not good at acknowledging one another. We're good at breaking down people and telling them they ain't shit and getting them there, and then when they down, we're great at be like, look at what I did in my ego. I done belittled you and I make you feel bad because my ego is now elevated to make you feel down versus breaking down with purpose to now inspire and build up with a presence of a certain way of being. So what 140 had was honesty, but you know what we lacked?
The build up.
Appreciation. No, we lacked appreciation. We lacked acknowledgement. And a lot of our culture lacked that. Guess what we call each other when we give each other comments? Oh, you trying to gas that person up. So my point being to go back to the point, and because I'm great at keeping the context of the conversation, when you're joking or snapping on somebody, what space are you coming from? Is it love? Is it malice? Or is it hate? Let's go there. Let's answer that.
And that's the whole thing. So like, if I'm telling y'all, yo,
that's the question.
And that's why I say you are fucking up. But so, Mojo, can you take yourself? My bad. Can you take yourself on mute, please? Let me talk to you. So if I say Mojo, yeah, you fucking up. How would you take that coming from me?
I'm gonna want to know what I'm fucking up. Like, what do you mean? What happened? What did I do?
You know why? Because if I say it, because you know, I'm not gonna tell you that out of a place of me hating on you or me just not liking you or me being hurt. Because you know I got love for you, right? That's why you're gonna wonder why I'm saying that.
Yeah, what happened? Right?
But say somebody else on the live said that you don't know, and they say, yo, you fucking up. You don't know that you don't know that stance. You know my shit is out of a place of love, right? So like that's what that means. Like when someone speaks to you, we'll all say the same thing. Really though, I could talk to Really though. Like me and Really though have conversations. I told y'all plenty of times where he had to like tell me something, and it's like and he's not by any means of the word, he's not gonna be a buttered down person.
But you also don't speak to me like that all the time.
Yeah,
so
that's
because
true.
that's not our regular communication. If you come to me in that way, I know something is wrong. Like something's off. Like what happened?
Yeah.
Because because of how you're like something's wrong.
Something's wrong.
If you spoke to me like that all the time, I would just think this regular conversation. But we don't speak like that. So if you come to me and like, you know, what the fuck is going on? Like I'm like, okay, what happened? Like what's wrong? Because I know that's not how we normally engage.
But let me ask you a question. Can you tell when somebody is, and I'm gonna ask all of y'all this, and I'm gonna round robin it. Can y'all tell when somebody is speaking to you from the intention that they're speaking from, like meaning from like if they're speaking from love, they're speaking from hurt or hate? Can you tell? Really though first.
Yeah, you can tell. Are
Break
they
it down.
speaking facts or are they speaking facts or opinion? Are they speaking what's real or are they speaking how they feel?
Okay. I like that.
I mean, how you feel is a fact, but how you feel isn't necessarily the truth or relevant to me.
But how can you tell the difference?
Just the words you use.
Okay. What if the same words are used from the same 3 different people?
Well, then I need to take that into account.
Okay. Now that's real. That's real. Mojo.
Yeah. I think you can tell based upon what you said, your relationship with the person. So,
Hello.
you know, your relationship with that person allows you to, you know what I'm saying, know them, know, like I said, know how you communicate, know how we talk. So if you're coming at me in a different way, I have a background from how we've engaged before. So I know, okay, this is coming from, I don't know, a place of anger. This is coming from a place of disappointment. I think it's the same thing like with parents and their kids. Parents can, you know, detect when, I mean, a child can detect like when their parent is angry, when their parent is disappointed, when their parent is, you know, proud or whatever because of the relationship. So I think relationship definitely plays a factor.
All right. Anytime.
I think and feel, I go to both my thoughts, my heart, and feelings in this. I think intention is paved the road to hell. I think a lot of people intention to be good and they don't even understand that they are coming from a certain space that they're not even going to get the message across. My goal is to get the message across. So I might need to be humorous to get it through to somebody, and I might need to be stern to get it through to somebody. But the tone and the intent and how I'm presenting it absolutely matters. Because I'm not going to be stern to a baby who doesn't understand what stern is in a certain context. They get it, like, yo, you need to stop crying. They may get it. But if I want that person to be jovial and excited, guess what? It starts with who first? Because this is a good conversation that we need to really come back to self.
Yeah.
The conversation is about me and how my intent and my delivery. I can't speak for anybody on this chat. I can't speak for anybody in this group right now. I can speak about myself. And I've learned that when I want to communicate effectively, I'm going to do whatever it takes to be what is necessary first, so that the person can then do a listening, which is an activity, to finally get the results and have it. My tone, delivery absolutely matters, hands down. Because you know what? I don't see nobody going into the boss and screaming at them.
I do it, but it don't really work the same way. But
my point in the conversation is how I want to go to effective and working, not working. Can we break things down to what's effective and what's not effective? Can we have that conversation here?
me ask the question. What question?
Okay, versus get right or wrong, I do it, I don't do it. Is it effective to go to your boss screaming when you want to race?
Y'all want to answer that first?
What happened? Say it again.
Go ahead, Mojo.
I'm looking at
Mojo, off mute, Mojo.
No, guess what? You can catch flies. You can catch flies with shit, but you catch more honey.
I stayed on mute on purpose because even without sound, the answer is hell no. You're not gonna walk in your job talking to your boss all reckless and crazy if you still want to get a check on Friday.
Oh shit!
So you can catch flies. You can catch flies with shit. You can catch more with honey. I'm not saying what that don't work. I want to be real clear here. We keep going into what's right and wrong and putting at this, how. Like, that's analyzing. Let's get to the heart of the matter, me. I'm going to speak for me. I look at what's an effective way of being and communicating with somebody versus not working. And I see, as soon as what is wrong with you to my kids? Guess what? They eyes glaze over. I literally see it. Who has that experience with people where they just shut down instant? Let's be real. That's not effective.
All the time.
It is not an effective way of being or speaking to someone, screaming if I want to get the point across.
Depending on
and sometimes that works.
It does.
Sometimes it works. So it's effective sometimes. But I've learned that what's more effective is coming from love. Period. That's my end. I'm done. I'm muted for the rest of the conversation. I think I did a great job.
You did.
I'm not bigging myself up. I'm just bigging myself up. See what I did there? See what I did there? I can hear from the tone like, yo, I killed this shit. Fuck out of here. I'm done. Yo, pay me. I'm good at this. Come on, join me. Like, but my point is that I just did it. Literally. My tone and delivery mattered and how I gave myself an acknowledgement. And I didn't come off like a dick.
Pause.
Period. I'm done.
We going to really though.
I
don't want to hear that word.
I mean, you feel like you did. You feel like you didn't come across as a dick.
Hey,
nobody confirmed that to you except you. I'm not saying that you did.
Let's put it to the chat. Let's put it to the chat. Let's put it to the chat.
I agree.
Did you experience me because it's not right or wrong? Did you experience me as coming on as confident or cocky? I use a different word.
No one
y'all don't like DICK.
You're a quarter of this live.
That wasn't your statement. Your statement was no one confirmed it. So I confirmed it.
Factually speaking, you're a quarter of this live, not even half.
Your statement was no one confirmed
I know what my statement is, and I'm correcting it. I'm correcting it. I'm correcting it.
Hey, listen.
Well, don't put that. I'm saying what you said.
And I'm correcting it.
Hey, look.
You're a quarter of this live.
I'm not confirming.
Okay, well, people in the comments saying he didn't come
14 people in here.
You know
14 people in here.
Anytime
as far as I
they like each other. Like, I mean.
No, we really don't. We really don't.
Oh, you said really don't? You say you really don't?
I said, no, we really don't.
Oh, I said this really don't.
No, we really don't.
I can't do with that attitude. She bringing so much feelings into shit. You want to speak factual, state all feelings. Even when you're on mute, you can hear your feelings.
All right, y'all, look.
I'm a human being. Yes, I have.
You hear your feelings.
Hey.
I'm a human being. Yes, I have.
You stop your facial expression.
Yo, look.
Unlike you, I have feelings.
Really, Mojo. Really, Mojo.
Feelings don't belong in the factual argument.
Really, Mojo. Y'all with me?
Feelings don't belong in the factual argument.
All right, cool. So this is what we're going to do. Look. So what I would say is this. When it comes down to that, like, to me, it really depends upon the person that you're talking to and how they perceive who you are. Because someone can hear the same message, same exact tone, same exact words, same exact levels of, and same exact energy from 3 different people. And because of who that person is and what they perceive that person to be, would receive that message differently. I tell people all the time, you got time. You got time in your day. People say, I don't have time. You have time. Everyone has the same 24 hours in the day. It's who you choose to make that time for, right? You choose what you want to choose. You choose what you want to hear and who you want to hear it from. And a lot of times, somebody could be talking to you from love, a place of love, and because you choose to see them in the way you want to see them in, you may not receive it that way. So you may receive it out of hate or malice. Or someone may be talking to you at a place of hate or malice, and you may take it as a place of love. It happens too often, especially with women. And that's the reason why women often feel attacked. But also that's the reason why men often feel unappreciated, because of those same exact reasons. Like, you have to know who the person is that's talking to you and where they're coming from. I can talk to anybody on here. And so far, the people I talk to on here, I believe I know where they come from now. If it's coming from a different place, I'm not going to imagine it myself. I'm going to talk to them about it. We cannot forget that aspect of conversation. Because conversation isn't all about understanding where somebody's coming from when they're talking. If you don't understand, then what are you going to do? You got to talk to them. And that's where people fall short. So, on that note, I'll say thank y'all for tuning in to #Factuals, your one stop for information and entertainment. We call that infotainment in the finest of fuckery. Next topic. I want to see what y'all got.